Have you ever heard of the cool girl? I'm not talking about a genuinely enjoyable person to be around who loves themselves. I'm talking about the cool girl from pop culture. It's actually not just a thing from pop culture, it's actually a real phenomenon. It's that thing that a lot of us might be really familiar with, where we try to be this cool, accommodating person for the men in our lives, where we try to minimize our own needs, do whatever this other person wants in order to be loved and accepted. We try to be really laid back, super easygoing, so that the men in our lives perceive us as cool. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what the cool girl is, what's really going on here, and in particular, how doing this, how trying to be the cool girl actually prevents us from having healthy relationships. So the cool girl has actually been covered a lot in pop culture, and Gillian Flynn wrote about this in Gone Girl. I think that's where it's probably its most famous incarnation here. And so I'll read to you a portion of what she writes, so you know what I'm talking about here. She says, "Cool girls are above all hot and understanding. Cool girls never get angry. They only smile in a chagrined, loving manner and let their men do whatever they want." Continuing on here. "Men actually think that this girl exists. Maybe they're fooled because so many women are willing to pretend to be this girl. They're not even pretending to be the woman they want to be. They're pretending to be the woman a man wants them to be." Ooh, kind of tough to read that. If you can recognize yourself or maybe your past self in some of this, let me know in the comments. I can totally say that I recognize past me in this. It's tough to see it there. So what is she saying here? What is a cool girl? Well, really what she's saying is a cool girl cares about her appearance and is perceived to have no needs. She has no boundaries, she really has no standards, and she's up for anything. She's up for anything even if it makes her uncomfortable. She makes things very easy for men. And if we've ever been in this place where it feels like you have to put on a show for a man, so to speak, or try to be someone who it seems like he wants you to be, you know this feeling. You know this cool girl. We think that if we act how we assume that this man wants us to be, that's what's going to win them over. That's what's going to make them love us. Because isn't that what a lot of men say they want? They say they want a cool girl. A girl who's just like them, who likes to do all the same things, who's very accommodating, who doesn't hold them accountable for anything. That's what they want, right? And so if we want love, we think that we have to be that cool person. But is that what we really get? Do we really get real love when we're doing this? I'm gonna say no, because in my experience of doing that, that is not what I got. I did not get real healthy love when I was being the cool girl. What it got me was unavailable men. It got me narcissists. It got me men who were just looking for something casual. In essence, not what I wanted. So why is this? I'm going to break this down here. Who really likes the cool girl? It's not your healthy, emotionally available guy. Maybe they'll like to hang out with her, but that's not who that guy is looking for a partner. So who likes the cool girl? Again, just like what I was finding, unavailable men, narcissistic men, men who are just looking for something casual. They love a cool girl because they can do whatever they want and you'll accept it if you're that cool girl. You're cool with it. He doesn't have to treat you well. He doesn't have to show up and be available to you. It doesn't matter to you, or so it seems. So of course, men like this, people like this, love it when someone is being that cool girl. They can run all over you. They can treat you like a doormat and you'll just accept it. They can do whatever they want and they really like this type of person. Healthy men do not actually like this. And that is why I'm making this video, because so many of us, including my past self, did not know this. Healthy, available men don't like a cool girl. So if you take nothing away from this video, hear this. This is not what healthy men are looking for. Now, you might not totally believe me yet, and that's okay. You might be saying like, I don't know, it seems like they do. Well, here's the truth here. Healthy, available men don't like the cool girl because they can tell that you're not being authentic. Healthy, available men want the real you. They want authentic you. They don't want some fake version of you that you're trying to act like in order to win them over. They can feel that you're putting on this act and you're not being real, and that's actually not attractive to them. Available men, healthy men, want someone who is being real because they're being real right back. They're showing up authentically, and so that's what they're looking for in someone else. My partner who I'm with now, who is available and healthy, actually told me in the beginning when we were dating that one of the reasons he was attracted to me is because I had really good boundaries. And he said that to me, and I felt a couple things simultaneously. I felt like, oh, wait, who, me? You think I have good boundaries? Because I previously didn't, and I worked really hard to get to that point where I could. So my mind was blown there. And then the other thing that blew my mind was the fact that he said that me having good boundaries was a positive. Mind totally blown. Because I thought that me having boundaries was something that my partners would have to accept about me. Like, they wouldn't actually like it, but they'd be like, okay, all right, she's got boundaries. This person was telling me, no, they actually really liked that. Again, I thought that this was something someone would have to tolerate. I thought, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm going to have these boundaries, whether or not they accept it or not. But that's not what happened. This person actually really liked them. And so I asked him more about that. I said, well, why do you like them? What does it feel for you? What does it feel like for you? And he said, I actually feel safe with you because you have boundaries. And so I dug a little deeper here because I'm super curious and I want to know all about this. I said, okay, well, so what about me having boundaries made you feel safe? And so he said that when someone just lets you do whatever and they don't ever say anything or they don't ever have any limits for you, it makes you feel like you can't trust the other person because you can tell, you can feel that they're not being totally honest with you. Like they're not showing up authentically. And when that's the case, you can't really trust that they're 100% with you or that they truly really like you. And so that doesn't feel so great for them. You can't ever tell if they're really telling you the truth or not. Because in a healthy relationship, you do need honesty to feel safe. You know, if you've been on the receiving end of this, when you're with someone who just isn't giving you a good feeling, who it feels like maybe they're putting on an act for you, or they might even be lying, you know that doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel good. So when you're doing that to someone else, in return, they also don't feel safe. They also don't feel good with you. What it often feels like is that this person isn't being real with you and they could just leave you at any moment. And that was really the moment where all of this crystallized for me, where I realized the cool girl does not get you the love you want. Being real, having boundaries, being authentic does get you the healthy love that you're looking for. Now, it is true that if you show up as you authentically and have your limits, have your boundaries, have things that you don't like, that some people won't like you. And that's fine. Let them not like you. Not everyone is going to be a match for you. Not everyone is going to be compatible with you. But the more you show up as yourself, the more the people who are truly a match for you can come forward. If you're being yourself, you'll make it way more likely that someone who is truly compatible with you can match with you because you're showing up as yourself. They'll see, oh, this is a truly cool person, and they'll be drawn towards you. Not the cool girl. So my message here today is to let that cool girl stuff go. You don't need it. Healthy men, available men will find it way more attractive and intriguing when you're showing up as yourself, when you're standing up for yourself, when you're having boundaries, when you're being who you really are. And if you don't like something, you can say it. It's okay. It's okay. You will never be able to have a healthy relationship if you don't show up as yourself. If you're trying to play this cool girl image, it just won't work. So, all this talk about healthy relationships, let's go even deeper here. What does that actually look like? I have a video here for you.